addiction through all the triggers of being depressed and all that good stuff. And actually Saturday, just coming Saturday, I'm celebrating 7 years without a bet. So
God bless you.
thank you, brother. Appreciate that. So for me, Katie's mission and what we're doing as an organization, as a nonprofit, is second to none. Um, Kim is doing an amazing job in building that. I'm very honored and privileged to be helping her along that journey. But it's just geared around just ending the stigma around mental illness and that people can't talk about it. There's help out there. There's resources out there. People do not have to get to that point where they feel like they have to end their life. I was there, like I said, 3 times. Thankfully, I am still here. I do not take that lightly as well. And I just want to spend the rest of my life, honestly, helping this mission and helping others that have been down the same journey that I've been down. So Katie's mission is number one in my heart. It's something that I'm very passionate about. And if anybody ever needs anything, please reach out to me, reach out to us. Steve, you've been a big help with that as well. So I want to thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. And Joe, we're glad you're here. And obviously, sorry, we're glad you've overcome some of those demons and continue to move forward. And God bless you. And as you know, what we do with Katie's mission and Kim Ward is that, through IntellicardUSA and the partnership with Katie's mission is that we actually donate money back to Katie's mission for every card that's sold through Katie's mission, whether it's by you or by Kim and things like that. So I want to thank you for that introduction because we truly believe in giving back and helping others. And, a lot of people are suffering out there. And again, if you are, and if you have issues, you're not alone. Reach out to Joe. We'll put his card up. We'll put Kim's card up in the comments after we're done here. So we'll take care of that. Now, Joe, you also do a couple other things. You do Vive, which helps people save money. You also do Stride. And then your new venture is Elevacity, which I'm looking forward to getting my coffee. As you can see, I could probably lose a pin or two, but
yeah.
So just talk a minute about those and what you're trying to do there, and then we'll talk about how you've combined everything with the card.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you mentioned, Vive is basically a company where we're able to save people money on their monthly recurring bills. So anywhere from a Sirius XM in your car to your internet bill to your wireless bill. We don't change providers. We don't change your service. Everything remains the same. We just work on your behalf to get you a lower rate. So it's a simple process. It's geared towards helping reduce people's stresses, right? Because as Americans, we know we're overpaying, right? You get a carrier like Verizon, they know they got you because they know they're the best, but they could overcharge you because of that,
Sure,
right?
Sure.
So that's where I feel it's beneficial that we come in and we have a team of negotiators that do an amazing job in just making those phone calls on your behalf so that you could just go about your business and live your day in a more productive manner, right? We don't want to spend hours on the phone with these providers as human beings. So let us do that work for you. We'll do the legwork. And the best part about Vive is that we don't charge you anything up front. So if we don't save you anything, we're not going to charge you.
And again, Joe, this is something we'll post the Vive card up as well. We're going to post all your cards up in the comments as soon as we're done. But I just want to personally tell you that I'm a Vive customer. And last month, Vive saved me $90 on my cell phone bill. So, and basically by that saving, they saved me $90. I have to pay, I think I pay Vive $45.
Correct. I think we split the savings. Yeah, we split the savings.
So, at the end of the day, I basically got 50% off of my phone bill. So again, you might not think it's a lot of money at one time, but if you add that up over a year, that's a $500 savings. And, that can go towards something else. And people have, whether it's your cable bill or et cetera. So great work there. Now we can talk about the other ones, but great work. I applaud you for that.
No, thank you. And
it's like the old commercial. I'm not the hair club member. I'm the actual president. I actually have used Vive, so I can say that.
Well, listen. Why wouldn't you? Right?
Sure.
It's not costing you anything up front. Like you said, you save $90, so your bill is $90 less. You pay us half of that because we, you know, we did get you the savings. So you put 45 bucks back in your pocket.
That's right.
So what can that do for you? What could that do for the average income, you know, homeowner? And even better than that, a corporation, a business, right? A small business today, right now. What small business that's struggling because of all these shutdowns, especially up here in the Northeast, couldn't use a couple thousand? And the bigger the bill, the bigger the savings, right? So
Right.
residents, yeah, like somebody like you, that's a great savings for somebody like you. But take a business that pays triple, you know, 5 times that on their bills. They could save even more. So it's really a great service, and I love being a part of it because ultimately everything that I do, Steve, and we've talked about this, is all about just helping people have a better
Right.
life. Right. I don't add anything to my suite of services or my products that isn't ultimately going to do that for the average person. Right. I have a passion for truly helping people in any way I possibly can. And, you know, Elevosity helps with that with the products that we have, the coffee, the capsules. They have teas, they have hot chocolate, they have sleep aids, they have all these natural holistic products that simply just help people, you know, live a better life, have better energy, weight loss, mental focus, mental clarity, you know. Who doesn't need that in this day and age? Right.
Right. And
So
those
I
are all the
just,
things I don't have, you know, mental
right,
clarity, mental
exactly. And I
focus, weight
struggle with a lot of
loss.
that
Just
too,
keep
right?
going. I
So
mean, that's all right.
yeah,
That's all right.
exactly. So, but all these things that I tie into my business and everything that I do is all about helping others. Right.
Well, that was a good segue from Vive into Elevosity. And,
Right.
you know, for any of you that are listening to this live, you will see Joe's cards posted up later. So for anybody that's an IntelliCard USA card holder, anybody else for that matter, but, you know, look up Joe and check out what he's doing with Vive. Check out Katie's Mission. Check out Elevosity. And again, remember one thing, that all you have one thing in common, is you all have our digital business cards. So, you know,
Right.
use it for what it is. Connect with each other, learn from each other, you know, do business with each other. I
Mm,
can't tell you, you know, how many times Joe has sent us referrals, and we greatly appreciate it, because let's be fair, in today's day and age, we all live on referrals.
mm,
So now, Joe, I'll let you talk about, you want to talk about Stride real quick, and then we can
yeah.
get into your reasoning on, you know,
Absolutely.
I'll get into that with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, Stride is similar to Vive, only it's on a higher scale where it's business based. So basically, you know, anywhere from, you know, property taxes to any type of tax incentives, COVID relief. We have a COVID relief program for businesses. We have workers' comp, um, anything that can help a business owner reduce costs, Stride has, right? And it works hand in hand with Vive because Vive's on a little smaller scale, where we could get money back. But Stride does audits and they do all that type of stuff for big corporations and even small businesses, where we could just reduce their costs. So that's basically Stride in a nutshell. Anybody that owns a business, reach out to me. That's also no upfront cost, right? We do the work prior, and if we get you savings, we split the savings. It's simple.
And again,
So
if you use Joe, you'll be able to get that backdrop he's got there because of
there
all
you
the
go.
money he saved. Look at
I
the beautiful
wanted to
background,
be
right?
down there in Florida with you, so I figured let me give this background the world today.
I hear you. I hear you. So, all right. Well, listen, Joe, I really appreciate it, and I think, you know, for anyone that's listening, I want them to get to know you, who
Mm,
you are, and again, we'll post the links to your card so people could, you know, reach out to you and check you out, and, you know, hopefully they'll take advantage, especially, you know, of the savings part. And again, you know, the Katie's Mission, which obviously
yeah,
is, you know, I know it's near and dear to your heart,
yeah,
and, you know, I've taken it on, obviously, with my, thank you very much for your introduction to Kim. And, you know, we're going to do some great things together, and
yeah.
hopefully, you know, raise awareness and help put some
And
funds
just
back
if
into
you don't
Katie's
mind,
Mission.
on that note, Steve, I just want to also let people know I do a monthly podcast as well, for Katie's Mission on their page. So go to Katie's Mission on Facebook, and please like our page. Um, Basically, what I do is I do a show called Guy Talk every month. I talk to another gentleman. We just doing it. I do an interview. We just go back and forth because I think that men especially don't want to talk about their problems. And I know I could speak from my personal experience. I kept a lot of things inside for a lot of my life, and it got me into a lot of problems that I spoke about earlier: my addiction, my depression, my anxiety. Once I first of all foremost forgave myself and let things out, my life has changed.
Right.
So I want to be out there in the front lines, really talking to other guys that want to tell their story, so that people understand that even as men, we can talk about these things, and we need to talk about these things. So, please go to Katie's Mission page, like it. You'll see posts once a month. I'm doing a different episode, and it's very important. I think that guys especially speak out on this.
And you're right, and I think that's a key point, because we like to keep things to ourselves, and I for one have had that experience, but we'll
Yeah,
get into that some other time.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
if you need someone to talk to, we'll post Joe's card, and any one of the buttons could reach you to the issue you may want to talk about. It'll be a direct phone call to that. Obviously, everything's
Yeah,
confidential. So,
absolutely.
Joe, I appreciate it. Now, let me just ask you, just to be real quick, and we'll end this up, is why IntelliCard USA? What do you
Mm.
use our card for? And obviously, I could go through the benefits and what it's done, but
Oh yeah.
I want to hear it from you. I know, we could tell the story about how because of the card, I met you. Because of the card, I met Kim. But I want to hear it. I want people to hear it from your side, because
Yeah.
I could talk about it all day, but people don't want to listen to me, or don't want to hear me say it,
Yeah.
because they're going to say, "Of course you're going to say that, right?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd rather them hear it, from a user like yourself.
Absolutely. And Steve, honestly, for me, um, obviously I have 4 cards. I love the card. First of all, the value for the card is just, second to none. You can't get better value for what you charge for this card. It's just insane for what you give. So first and foremost, much respect to you for that, because you give a ton of value for a very, very affordable cost. Um, for me, it's the relationship, right? The relationship that me and you have built through this card alone, and the referrals, the networking, that to me is important, because I'm the type of person at this point in my life, I choose who I work with. I choose who's in my circle, right? Because you you can't put a number on that, right? For me,
Sure.
you could in my businesses, a lot of people talk about, you want to talk to as many people as possible. You want to get as many people involved as possible. For me, it's always quality over quantity, right? Because the culture is more important than anything. And I think the culture that you have within IntelliCard USA is just amazing. The people that you deal with are top-notch people. And the card itself just speaks for itself, right? I'm on the golf course. I work at a golf course. I don't have to carry cards on me. First of all, I don't carry cards on me. I don't need to anymore. But even before I got your service, I always forgot my cards, right? We talked about it ad nauseum. Insurance. It's insurance, right? You're out to dinner with your family, and somebody like me who provides the services that I provide, I might be having a conversation, right? As a man, especially, I don't carry a purse on me, right? So I'm not going to have cards and just stuffed in my pocket.
Right. Right.
I go to my home screen. It's right there on my home screen. I say, "Hey, what's your cell phone number?" Or even if it's somebody I'm having dinner with that's a friend, and they're like, "Oh, I want to check it out." All right, I go to my contacts. I hit their name. I send them my card. They have it right there. They save the card. They have all the information. They have all the buttons that they could just click on and go right to the link. It's not just a card. Um, it's endless. It really is, the possibilities with this card and what you created. And honestly, you'd be dumb not to have one at this point.
Just to go back on that, if
Just
you
for the
remember,
insurance purposes. Forget
right,
about,
right.
yeah.
And if you remember correctly, Joe, I think, you and I had a conversation before you got your first card.
Hmm.
It was probably, believe it or not, maybe 6 to 8 months before you actually
Got the card. Right.
came to the IntelliCard USA dark side.
Right.
And I remember that when you were coming over, you were actually using another product. I don't care if you mention the name; it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, because we
Yeah.
blow them away anyway.
Right.
But it took you a little while to, to switch. But when you switched, like you said, now you have 4 cards. And again, one of the great points is, like, you're right. It's, we go out, people check their phones an average of 12 times a day.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I think it was 12 times a day or something like that. Now our cards get shared an average of 10 times a day. So yeah, I mean, again, you want to call it insurance, because that's really what it is. We never leave our homes without our phones anymore.
Correct.
And again, I appreciate the kind words. The pricing, I think, is in a great place. And I think that, like you said, because of the relationship, I mean, look what it's done for us here.
Oh yeah.
You went from having 1 card to 4 cards. Through you, I was able to meet Kim. Through Kim, she's introducing us to other people. And again, you go back to Katie's mission, that money's going back, to the foundation. So I do appreciate it, Joe. I can't tell you how thankful I am.
Yeah. Yeah. And listen, who wants to touch a paper card right now? That's the other thing with the way things are in the world today. People are worried. They're worried. And you said people check their card 12 times a day. Think of a business owner, probably got to 5x that.
No, they check their phones, right?
Right. I mean, I'm on my phone all day long, Steve. I mean, I don't put my phone down.
Right.
Like, I work from my phone, right? I work from my phone. So to have the ability to just have that right there and have somebody's contact right there, that you can use their service and you could check them out. It's right there for you to see. I have so many business cards that have just piled up in my bag. Probably from years ago, right?
Well,
you don't have to worry about that now.
The other thing is, you're not going to carry, unfortunately, as much as you may like me, if I had a paper card and I gave it to you, you're not going to carry it around for days in your pocket. Right.
Absolutely
so, where that comes in is that if I meet you on a golf course and you say, hey, here's my card, this is what I do, it's going to be on my phone.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
And then I could turn around if I'm out 3 days and I'm networking and I'm meeting people. It's the same thing. It's like, hey, wait a second. I met this guy the other day. Let me text you his card. And again,
that's the power of it right there. Right.
Right. And listen, the same thing. I'm not going to mention any names, but the same thing happened with Kim. And as soon as we could mention it, we will. But again, it's because somebody saw her card and said, hey, we need to talk to this woman.
Correct.
So again, you got to think of the card.
Powerful. It's powerful.
Your brand. It's you. It's
your
talking
brand
for you when you're not there. So I don't know. Anything else you want to add besides telling everybody they should have one?
Everybody should have one. I mean, seriously, you and the fact that, even for like nonprofits, the fact that you give back, it's key. I mean, so if you're a business owner and you're friendly with somebody that has a nonprofit that has a card, and Steve's giving back a percentage of that. So not only are you helping your business, but you're also doing something good for that, that entity, that nonprofit, that organization that you're passionate about. With Katie's mission, it's amazing. Obviously we're trying to raise funds, right? Because we want to provide more resources, right? We want to do that. So we need help, right? We can't do it alone. So you're just giving us another avenue to do that. And we're so blessed and grateful for that. And honestly, you're a business owner, you'd be dumb not to have one of these cards. So especially heading into 2021, it's a digital world now, right, Steve? It's
sure is.
Yeah, it's common sense, and it's so affordable. I mean, I can't say that enough. I would spend so much more on paper cards than I'm spending on this. And what am I putting on a paper card? My email address, and I have 4 businesses, right? Most people today, if they're smart, they have multiple revenue streams, right? You have to have that. Yeah, I have a job, but I also have these other revenue streams, right? Because I understand the power of residual income, of passive income, of all of that. I need to have a backup plan. So am I going to go spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on paper business cards for all my businesses just to put my email and my phone number and maybe a little picture on it?
Right.
Or I could spend $99 for the year and get multiple, again, do that multiple times. It's not a big deal, and have all these buttons where people could literally just go call me from it, email me from it, text me from it, go to my social media pages. I mean, it's amazing.
And even on Katie's Mission, they could even donate directly from the
They could donate directly. We have the buttons on there for the crisis hotlines, where literally they just press, gambling, right? You have a problem gambling.
Well, as a matter of fact, here
Suicide
you go,
hotline.
Joe. I'll share the screen.
It calls you right.
So,
it calls right from there.
You can show people. So here you go. Here's Joe's Katie's Mission
Look
card.
at that. Ready to go.
Right?
It's amazing.
You want to donate the suicide prevention, the bullying, all these different ones. And when people, I'm not going to press them because I don't have my phone on my computer.
But it literally will just take you right to the phone number. You don't even have to type the phone number in, and it'll call right from your phone.
That's right. That's right.
Amazing.
So, and again, you want to donate, you just hit that donate button. And of course, it'll take you to, these live shots. Here's donate right there from the card.
You don't even have to navigate the website. You go right to where you would donate.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, it's a no-brainer.
All right. Well, good. Well, Joe, listen, I appreciate the time.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Oh, man, my pleasure. We got to do this more often.
Absolutely. Anytime. I'm always up for getting on screen and talking.
You and me both, man.
Listen, and if I can plug it, tomorrow night, 7 p.m., I will be going live on my personal page.
Yeah, please tell us.
Yeah, and I will be telling my story as in depth. I'm going to get pretty personal, and how I, came into contact with Katie's Mission, and I might have a special announcement on a new venture. But for me, it's all about being transparent with my audience and my network and letting them know where I'm coming from, because people need to hear it. There's somebody out there that needs to hear my story. And if I don't tell it, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So I truly appreciate the platform, Steve. Thank you for having me. And I look forward to doing a lot more of these.
All right, peace. And don't forget tomorrow, Joe's podcast. He's going to be streaming it live. And again, if you could help one person tomorrow,
that's it.
That's a success.
That's all I need. Thank you.
All right. I'll put Joe's card up in the comments, and anybody have any questions, feel free to ask. All right. Take care, Joe. Thanks again.
Thanks, Steve. Have a great one.
All right. You too. Bye.
Yep.